Oh, I'm sorry. That's not what I'm supposed to say here, is it? I'm supposed to say something else. Boop. There we go. I'm going to wait a moment, make sure we're live. The fan is on because it's 1,000,000 degrees, because I live in heat, apparently. I keep hoping for winter to show up and make it cool enough so I could stream without constantly having the frickin' fan on. But we are not yet at that point in history. So for the moment, the fan will remain on. Still waiting for some kind of confirmation that I am live and streaming. Lord knows that Twitch is kind of taken up right now since BlizzCon is happening as we speak. Oh, I should probably make sure. Oh, there we go. Looks like... No, yeah, we went live for a second. Only if they add more playing modes! Exclamation point. I am discussing BlizzCon with a friend. Is this ever going to go live? I may have to restart it. Let me try this one more time. Oh, no, it looks like we are, in fact, live. Let me double check, just to make sure. Okay. Alright, we are actually live. Freaking finally. So, I wanted to start with a bit of a speech. Speech! Speech! It is with humble honor and a tremendous amount of dread that I accept this nomination as president of the entire world. It's going to suck, and I'm going to hate my life. Nevertheless, you know, it could be a good thing. No, in all seriousness, though, I wanted to talk about a couple of weird things, and mention one thing before I forget about it. Let me actually pull it up here, just to make sure I don't forget. So, how many of you out there like StarCraft 2? I know this is a weird place to start, but I am going somewhere with this, trust me. And it actually ties into this game. Believe it or not. By the way, hello everyone. Just more cards. Now, I have to add an affix to this after the StarCraft lore run. It may or may not surprise you how much negative flack I have gotten for the fact that I like StarCraft 2. For the story. I've actually technically done 2 lore runs of StarCraft 2. I did one full playthrough where I was talking about the story, as if it was a lore run of Wings of Liberty, and one of Heart of the Swarm, and then I did the StarCraft lore run, where I went through everything, and as well as Legacy of the Void. I think I made my point that I had a lot to talk about in that. Now, let me make this clear. If you don't like StarCraft 2 story, that's fine. I mean, really, it is. There's plenty of things that we all like and dislike that vary from one another. That makes perfect sense. As I've said before, it's actually a very easy-to-understand thing, because all you have to do is think of something you like and pretend someone else out there doesn't like it. That's all it takes to understand that mentality. Why don't we do this one while we're talking? This seems appropriate. So, hello, Pascal. Welcome to my stream. Shoutouts. Don't be a stranger. I love chatting with my viewers. I'm going to be a little distracted today, I'll admit that. But, you know... Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Nova 3 missions quite a bit, actually. I plan to play through all 3 packs. In other words, the whole Nova campaign on stream once all 3 are out, just as a heads up on that. So, so my point is that it's not hard to understand other people not liking stuff. All I ever ask for is a degree of respect on the matter. And sometimes I get that. I have people who are like, you know, oh yeah, I get that you don't like it, or I don't understand why you like it, but that's fine. And then I get other people. Now, I'm pretty sure none of the other people with regards to StarCraft 2 are any of my regular viewers, because the other people are people who will say something, rather than saying, I don't like StarCraft 2 story, or I don't understand why you liked StarCraft 2 story. They'll say something along the lines of, StarCraft 2 stories is gutter trash, and only a lame-brained idiot would actually enjoy it. Or maybe just one half of that sentence in either direction. It's a fairly common thing, though. I've heard that a lot, seriously. So, that's not really acceptable. I'm sorry. It isn't. The moment you actually step over the line into disrespecting someone else, you're on the wrong channel. Go away. Okay? Now, that being said, would you believe my first exposure to that on the show was actually with Modern Warfare 2? So, here's what happened. Back in the day, yeah, how would anyone possibly like it? You know what I mean. There's that whole, passive-aggressive way of, rather than insulting it directly, you insult people that like it, that kind of a thing. Anyways, so I did a video a long time ago. It was actually among my first videos I did, Ruminations. It's one of the earlier ones. That would be, of course, the Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2 video. I kind of lumped them together. And it's old and therefore terrible. Almost all of my old Ruminations are basically bad because I was doing them from memory. All the way, I've said this before, everything up to Half-Life 2, I was just doing from memory, and I was just doing it in the cracks in my time at work, so I was just kind of rambling on about whatever. But I praised Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2. And that was the first time that I got a lot of negative feedback on my show. It was the first time that really surprised me, too. I got a lot of people who said that they were going to stop following my channel, and that they couldn't believe someone who was so intelligent could enjoy something like Modern Warfare 2. All the usual insults that we just mentioned with regards to StarCraft 2. Just bleh, that kind of a thing. Or nowadays what I like to say as wah. So, at the time, I assumed something was wrong with me. Legit. I actually looked at that and was like, oh my god. Maybe I'm just a moron and an idiot and a fool for liking that game. So I actually went and replayed Modern Warfare 2 not long after I started getting those comments. And you know what I found? There are two fairly large flaws in Modern Warfare 2's storytelling, but it's still such an amazing game that it sits in my top 100 category, aka my heart category, as I like to say. In other words, with a little bit of time, experience, and self-assuredness, I can actually give forth my opinion and say, yeah, that is my opinion. I'm not going to change my mind because people don't agree with it. Let me go ahead and go share the two flaws with Modern Warfare 2's story in my personal opinion. Number one, it's designed to flow in a very particular manner. It's very high octane, and then every now and again it takes a breath and then goes back into high octane. So the pacing is a little odd, but what I mean by this isn't that the pacing is bad. Actually, I think the pacing is quite good in Modern Warfare 2. What I mean is that events specifically happen in ways that don't make literal sense. They make cinematic sense. If that makes if something you can understand. In other words, yeah, it is designed to feel like an action movie, but it's still very, very, very well presented. If I could just pick one thing that is my favorite thing of Modern Warfare 2, it would be the overall directorial style, which isn't just, I mean, in normal games that's like cutscene stuff, but in Modern Warfare 2 they go so far as to design levels in specific ways, with specific triggers, at specific times, so that these events happen in these ways. So even though you are playing the game completely, and you have total control of the camera, you still are immersed in what is effectively an action film. But we're talking about negatives. So there are several things that are fairly obviously because plot that happen throughout the course of Modern Warfare 2. And there's one other thing. Modern Warfare 2 is fairly cliche-riddled. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why am I bringing this up now with regards to Infinite Warfare? Well, let me go ahead and share something with you. I had some really bad cluster headaches last night, and I ended up just getting up. I couldn't sleep. I was in tremendous pain. I gave up. Got up, grabbed my my heating pad, wrapped it around me, grabbed some pills, grabbed some food, and was just... And I sat here in this very chair, feeling miserable for a bit before I said, you know what, screw it. I need something to distract my mind. I'm not sure how, but I basically started playing Infinite Warfare. So I've actually played the first few missions already. Now, as I was playing through it, I started dreading streaming it, because I was just picturing people coming in and doing the same thing that happened to Modern Warfare 2. Oh, blah, blah. But one thing I noticed was that Infinite Warfare, from what I'd seen thus far, has a lot of cliches. And yet at not a single point in time did that detract from my enjoyment. Despite being in a miserable mood and in pain, I was still enjoying the game. And that got me thinking. I think I'm going to just try never to use the term cliche in a negative term again, because I've decided that I don't agree with that. A cliche is not a negative. Not by itself. If you want to argue, everything is cliched to some extent or another. But the very idea of saying that this is a cliche-riddled mess is one of the most common quotes I've heard. This is a cliche-riddled mess as a negative is something that I've decided I just don't agree with as a basic statement. If you don't like it, sure, but the fact that it has cliches is not something I can find to be a negative anymore. Cliches are not negatives. You know what's a negative? Presenting a cliche badly. As in, bad presentation. That's what's actually the negative, not the cliche. Right? You with me so far? Now, I will add one other thing on top of this that had occurred to me. I've noticed something, mostly in other people, but also in myself as well, that every now and again, there's something you're just tired of. I'm not sure I can actually come up with something myself off the top of my head. But, yeah, exactly. The cliche is a tool. That's exactly right. A cliche, people get tired of certain cliches, right? You look at this exact cliche, I'm sure a lot of you can tell me right now a cliche you're tired of. Go ahead and tell me. I'd love to hear about it. I am watching chat, even though I'm not responding right now. But, like, I'm trying to think of a cliche. Like I said, there's not a cliche right off the top of my head that I can say that I'm really tired of. But there's plenty of people, again, who I've heard who are like, I'm tired of blah. And so, ergo, because they're tired of blah, if blah cliche shows up in a work, doesn't matter if it's well presented, they're tired of blah. So they're like, ugh, I don't want to deal with this. Okay, there we go. You are the chosen one. There's a good one. You are the chosen one. I admit that that one doesn't bother me as much as it used to, mostly because of what I just said. And again, I feel like it comes down to presentation. Like Amazing Spider-Man 2 did You Are the Chosen very, very badly. By contrast, Dragon's Dogma, which is a game whose Rumination just came out, in my opinion, did You Are the Chosen One fairly well. Zombies and vampires being monsters of the Heart of Gold, not calling zombies zombies. Last of Us, I'm looking at you. This isn't even my final form. You're chosen one. Now go defeat Tom Cruise. Misheard conversations lead to conflict temporarily. Yeah, I actually generally dislike that one. Being introduced as a complete antagonist, but then actually being whitewashed into a good guy to allow me into a party member. Can you come up with an example of that one, Takoida? Just off the top of my head, because I'm... oh yeah, we can't call them zombies in The Walking Dead. Rebellions are built on hope. Wait, that's from the movie trailer. Anyways, as you know, I would argue strongly, as you know is not a cliche. As you know is bad writing. You know, that's true, Deacon. I'll actually give you that. Although, in fairness, that also makes my point, that it was a well-done example of the chosen one, because you kind of weren't. You were a chosen gear. Gotcha, Takoida. Power of friendship overcoming impossible odds. That one, I admit, that I've seen go out, be presented for pretty badly, but I've also seen that one presented pretty well. FF6, I know, is probably my favorite example of the power of friendship trope. Love overcomes all. We got some good ones here. The overall point here is that it's totally understandable if there's a cliche you're tired of. Let me go ahead and share one with you, because it was the moment I realized Infinite Warfare has tons of cliches in it. I know that sounds weird, but it just kind of slid into place. There's a scene not very far into this game. It's like in the second mission. Ooh, good one, Deacon. Where you got the soldiers, and one of them's grabbing the edge of the doorway, and they're on a helicopter. It's actually a sci-fi helicopter. They're on a ship, and they're standing on the very edge, of a loading bay just staring off into the distance as the helicopter takes off. How many times have you seen that in an action film, or indeed in the Call of Duty series in general? At this point, I think they're doing it deliberately, to be completely honest, because in the situation as it happened in Infinite Warfare, you'll see when we get there, there's no reason to do it at all. The only reason, like in character or out, because it's actually a bad camera angle for what's about to happen, and they're not going into or leaving combat. It's like the only time they do that, the only reason to do that is to be like, yep, we're still doing the cliche. Anyways, oh yeah, and that chopper wing does actually crash as a consequence. Um, so, anyways, my point is, I have admittedly only played a few missions of this game, but what I've played has showed me that A, the campaign's probably going to be a little longer than I thought it was. I was actually planning to blaze through the game tonight. I don't think that's actually possible now. And B, I'm pretty positively inclined. I actually really liked what I saw, like I said. And I'm looking forward to replaying it and getting back into it. So, you know, you're about to see me enjoy a game. Now, I'm going to be playing it on easy, because reasons. Because screw you, because I'm not that good at FPSs, especially not while I'm trying to keep track of chat. So I'll admit my failings in this matter. I tried normal last night and was like, wah! I do want to share two other little tidbits that really amuse me. So there's two actors in this, voice actors obviously, who you're probably going to recognize. I might, Zawan, I haven't decided yet. We could do zombie mode. One of them is the gentleman who plays Jon Snow in Game of Thrones. I can't actually think of his name. But he is the gentleman who is the main villain of Infinite Warfare. That's not really a spoiler. We meet him in the first mission, so I don't feel bad sharing that. But if you're wondering why that guy sounds and probably looks familiar, that's why. Second of all, Kit Harington, thank you, that's his name. The other is a gentleman who, I bet if I say the actor's name, you're like, who the heck is that? His name is Brian Bloom. Now, he plays the main character, the player character. Now, what you know him from is probably going to depend. He plays a major character in one of the TMNT series. He played Central in XCOM 2. He plays the male trooper in Tor. Anything? Nothing so far? He played B.J. Blazkowicz in Old Blood. This kind of ties in the StarCraft 2 thing from earlier. He actually played Matt Horner in StarCraft 2 as another example of that. But to be completely honest with you guys, the person you probably remember him most as is Varric. You know, the dwarf from Dragon Age 2 and Dragon Age Inquisition. Yeah, that guy. He's the main character. He does quite a good job of it from what I've seen. I have to actually give very huge props. I want to say this now before we start, because speaking of, again, speaking from experience, I'm not going to have a lot of time to talk unless I literally pause the game from turn out. It is very well paced from everything I've seen thus far, with exactly one real pause point throughout it. So it's like, oh yes, he also played the guard B in Kingdom Hearts 3D Dream Drop Distance. I'm sure that our resident Kingdom Hearts expert can tell you exactly who that is, because I have no idea who it is. Anyways. But, okay, in all seriousness, there's some good stuff in this, but I want, so one thing they do pretty well that I actually like in this is they do a fairly good presentation of military personality, for lack of a better term. It is admittedly idealized. It is romanticized military. It is what I usually think of when I hear the term military, which is a good thing, a positive thing, the ideal of what military should mean. And we see a lot of that in this game, and we also see a lot of fairly realistic, fairly human interactions between the military. Probably my favorite example is when the one gentleman flat out says, I don't like you and I don't like your face either, and then they go into a mission and they've got each other's back, because that is actually how that works in this is going from my family's experience. Remember, half my family came from a military background, where it doesn't matter what personal problems you have with someone. When you're in a mission, all that goes away. And you've got their back, and you're going to support them, and you're going to actually treat them as if they are your best buddy until you move on, and now the mission's over, and now you can piss and moan at each other again. And I liked that. It was a nice touch and helped add some human flavor, rather than everyone just constantly getting along with each other. They've got some good stuff in general. One other thing I want to point out. In this game, the enemy is something that I have actually fought against in real life for most of my life. They are basically zealots, hyper-zealots, or hyper-nationalists. Oh, that probably sounds familiar to anybody who's played a Call of Duty game before. What I mean by that is, let me give you just a little bit of backstory. So this is obviously set several years in the future. The tech is not that high-tech. I mean, they have ships and they have faster-than-light travel, but they're fairly low-tech. We're still talking, ACMs and that, flak fire and missiles and all that kind of thing. So ground forces are very, very important still, as they should be in a proper science fiction setting like that, where the space doesn't completely dominate everything. But so Earth has reached out. It started its expansion wave into the universe. And please answer me, because I can't think of any other science fiction story that's done this. So Earth reached out to the stars. A couple generations passed, and now the stars have basically built an entirely separate culture, totally diverse and divergent from what's back on Earth. And that's the source of the conflict. The bad guys involved are the spacers out here, the people who are out in the distance. Please feel free to list an example. I can't think of it off the top of my head where a science fiction story has done that. Now, the thing that I find interesting about this is their culture. The culture of the spacers, the culture of the people who are born out in the stars, is that life does not matter, survival matters. The idea is that we are beasts, animals. That's it. That survival matters and living does not. That all of the intangibles of existence, that all of the more nuanced, non-literal, non-tangible things that exist as far as culture and society, none of that matters. What matters is if you can survive or not. That's what they are zealots of. So hang on, a lot of people. So I disagree with StarCraft. I don't agree with that at all. Zone of Enders, Legend of Galactic Heroes. I don't know what that is. Elite Dangerous. Don't know the lore of that one. Can't speak of it. The Insurrectionist Movement. That's actually a good one from Halo. Gundam. Don't know Gundam that well. Caprulu again doesn't count. Killzone. Don't know that one. Ground Control. Don't know that one. Colonies in Star Trek? Huh? No. Just call it the Maquis. But yeah, it's very much survival of the fittest. It's all about what you can do as your function. Oh, it also makes it so that the individual life doesn't matter as much as the whole life. So it's sort of a combination socialism / survivalist / Darwinian approach to existence. Now, I like this, not only because I haven't seen this very often, but I like it because it makes perfect sense. Yes, I did, Deutsch. It makes perfect sense because these are people who exist in an extremely harsh environment. Remember, tech isn't that advanced yet. This is like the first few steps out into space. So it's a very harsh environment, and very, survival matters more than living out there. Luxuries don't exist for most of these peoples. So I like that. It's logical. Firefly and Serenity. I don't know enough about the before the show lore of Firefly to comment on that one, so I don't know. Which would be why I didn't know about it. Anyways, that's the premise. We're fighting against those guys. Why don't we go ahead and start actually playing the game, huh? So this is actually gonna be kind of difficult. Your new president, ladies and gentlemen. Well, the funny thing, Last Exile, is that the non-spacer faction, I can't think of their acronyms, it's like the SPDF and the SOTA or whatever, I don't remember their factions right now, but the non-spacer faction has things like politics and other non-tangible things that kind of tie their hands and make it so that they're less capable of performing in a military aspect, like, say, the outer people can. So while the outer people technically have less forces, less resources, less technology, they have the advantage because they are basically solely geared towards war. Make sense? A little bit further down. There we go. I had to manually set this resolution, just as a heads up. It was kind of a pain. Alright. Campaign. New campaign. Yes, I know it will. We're going to go on recruit, because I'm terrible. In the beginning, thousands of years ago, the sun, the moon, and the stars would have disappeared long ago had they happened to be in the reach of predatory human hands. Havelock Ellis.
The needs of our planet were greater than she could supply. So we went beyond the reaches of our atmosphere. The new frontier offered the promise of a new beginning. But the distance gave way to a movement with no connection to the place we call home. New rules, new ambitions, a new enemy. The Settlement Defense Front built an army and broke away from the Earth with blood and violence. They aren't revolutionaries. They want absolute power. They raid colonies, take resources, and control territories by force. They use their fleet to block us from raw materials we need to survive. Their mission is to erase everything Earthborn. Today, the SDF is a war machine, ruled by its military. If a leader united that force, they would mobilize and try to take our homeland.
I was going to ask how the volume is, because it's going to be very loud and then soft and loud and soft in this game.
Standing by for tasking.
Copy 1-1. One of our weapons facilities is under attack by the SDF. We believe this is part of an operation codenamed Raya. Intel suggests their target is a prototype weapon. Your team will extract the prototype and torch the site before SDF can locate it.
Understood, Warlord. We'll get it done. 1 minute!
Friendlies!
Facility's dark. We get our weapon, torch the site. Gear check!
OMA systems online.
Rules of engagement.
Weapons free.
Good to go.
10 seconds.
Door!
Green light's going on. Green light. Call it Wolf.
Go! Go, go!
Stay tight.
Yes, I'm actually steering, by the way. A little harder to do than it looks.
Surface temps 300 below.
There's Jupiter.
Reaper, skies are boots on the ground.
You'll see, Pascal.
Copy, on the move.
Hang on, seriously? Volume's a bit low? It's at the same it always is. Here, I'll bump it up to there. You're probably not going to be able to hear me, though. Just a heads up.
Tracking 2 targets below. Boost down, take them out.
Sipes, take point.
That wasn't cutscene. I did that, by the way.
1-1 to Reaper. Set that gunners in the AO. Troops in contact.
Copy, overlay.
The FHR-40 is probably my favorite gun so far, by the way.
Let's get to the weapon before they do.
He's down.
Entry point's 30 meters dead ahead. Keep moving. Reaper, we're approaching the entry point. Be advised, we've encountered steady SDF presence.
Thermal is spotting at your desk, so stay alert.
Stand fast.
Sentries up top, second deck.
Wolf, take one, we got the others.
Got 3 men coming up. Push up.
Mind the gas.
Yes, I have jumped.
Secure. SDF wants weapons, not prisoners.
It does, Lurker. I also happen to like the P90. That would be this thing's the one. The N4. The NV4.
Snake is out.
Copy that.
This is fun. This is a Seeker grenade.
Right clear.
Love that thing.
Man out.
Our weapons in the armory vault. Have a click up. You think they heard the blast? I assume they did. Let's give them a proper welcome then.
Toss an anti-grav.
Copy that. The hell, sir?
Yes, that's an anti-grav grenade. I love the weapons in this game. I really do.
Moving up.
Need backup. My location.
He's down. Watch your corners.
Yeah, I know.
Reaper, we're in R&D. Moving to the armory.
Copy. Be advised.
I love the tech of this game. Whoever did the consulting and creative design of this game just deserves a medal, in my opinion.
Copy.
Eyes on research lab.
Armory should be next.
Contact.
Yeah, I see him. Do-do-do-do.
Keep us moving. Stay alert. We're not clear.
Probably not, Zaman. I don't really see a lot of reason to,
Line 'em
but I
up.
guess I could. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Target's down.
I don't know if you've seen it right now, but if I get a headshot, I will actually knock off their helmet, which lowers their armor
On target now.
for the head area.
6 mics.
It's nice.
Weapons on the other side. We beat them to it.
Sipes, crash it.
All clear. Jackpot. Got eyes on the ball.
Reaper, we're inside the armory. Moving to secure the weapon.
Copy 1-1. Weapon is in the vault. Once it's secure, I'll
No,
initiate
just the two,
self-destruct
Dakota.
sequence.
Weapons behind those doors. All you, Wolf. F-Spar prototype.
Put it up, Sipes.
This is what Star Trek should be. No, I'm kidding.
Here, Wolf. Combat model. Same tech. The riot operation. We're after this.
Noise.
Reaper, weapon secure. Confirming execute order and self-destruct.
So, who here would like to see me
Self-destruct sequence.
turn people into ash?
Be advised, set def has 50 plus infantry machines inbound. You need to
Anyone?
get out of there now.
Copy, we're Oscar Mike. RV in 5. Clock's ticking. Let's move.
Come on. Ash! Ash! I love this gun. Yeah, that's plasma. Ah, right. Alright, enough screwing around. Gotta take down the mech. And I need heavy fire for that. Let's take out his missiles first. Or, apparently we're gonna go after the minigun. My bad. Come on. Damn it. Okay, minigun taken out. Let's take out that missile launcher. Crud. Crap. Ah! There we go. We're good. Okay. That was one mech. I just point that out because of, well, we'll see. Now, I don't know if you can tell, that's 3 mechs. So we're gonna need to hit something a little bit more heavy duty for that one. That was also the door. So, I need to get over here. Come on. Got it. Okay, we're good. Depends on the guns, the one.
Oxygen depleted. Oxygen depleted.
T. Yeah. Whoa. I need that. Coming to you. Get him up. He needs catch your breath, trooper.
Captain Koch, gun destroyed. Data retrieved. Initiating Raya.
How many did you come with?
We're it.
What about the airship we shot down?
That's Jon Snow, by the way.
My men need medical.
This is great.
You care about your men? Care clouds judgment. That is why you cannot win. This place isn't yours anymore. Kill them.
Don't waste the bullets.
Save the bullets.
So notice how they killed him. Oh! God, that still makes me cringe.
What is Raya? Unclear. Helmet cam stopped transmitting. It's been 18 hours, no contact. SetDef's made no demands.
Settlement Defense Front doesn't make demands. They planted a flag in our rock. They executed 3 men and shot down a pilot.
Our team was sent to secure classified weapons from a closed facility.
That facility is a black site, Admiral. Why the hell is SetDef allowed in that airspace?
By permission of the Accords, all nations have access to free...
Sir, that objective required a full strike force, not a 4-man team.
Lieutenant Reyes, I implore you to use diplomacy in this office. Take a different tact.
Yes, sir. Who else knows about this?
Right now, Joint Strategic Air Command and you.
This is Switzerland, by the
This is
way.
a deliberate act of aggression, Admiral. We should be out there on patrol, not down here throwing confetti.
The rules of engagement prohibit definitive action under these circumstances.
So we stand by with our barrels in the sand and we watch a Fleet Week parade?
Lieutenant Reyes, make no mistake. My instincts, which are aligned indelibly with your own, are that we need to engage.
Why don't we, sir?
By the way, that's us. That's Matt Horner.
They're politicians, Reyes. They'll wipe hell's ass with whatever flag keeps the smokestacks burning. To these men, the idea of mounting an offensive triggers a fresh and unplanned piss. Until there's war, the warriors aren't in charge.
But sir, by the time there's war, it's too late. Hesitation is a hole in the head. You drilled that into us relentlessly in flight school. Work the problem, respond.
You were always a fast learner, Lieutenant. STRATCOM is well aware of our grievances. At this time, no use of force is being considered on an operational level. These are the laws of war, son.
That'll actually be answered, Zaman.
Thank you for the briefing, sir.
Admiral Rains, E3N is in position on the roof.
Thank you, Petty Officer.
What is E3N?
Go take a look for yourself. I think you'll be quite impressed. Dismiss.
Let me go ahead and say that I also have lots of praise for the mocap. By the way, that is basically what Brian Bloom looks like. And basically all these actors are modeled after themselves.
4. KIA.
Europa?
Front was already there. Took out the whole team. Looted the site.
Son of a bitch. This Felice stuff is nonsense. We should be up in our Jackal's flying watch.
Admiral doesn't disagree.
Captain Alder, no?
Negative. Today, Retribution isn't a warship, it's a parade float.
Whole fleet here in Geneva? Doesn't seem right.
We do this every year, Saul.
Well, let's not miss the party.
After you, Lieutenant.
Thanks, Slick.
I know you guys don't really have the perspective I do, because I've already played a bit of this and read a little of the backstory, but they're already doing a lot of foreshadowing and dropping of hints of fleshing out continuity. There's always been a few things where obviously they know the captain of a ship called the Retribution. They already mentioned the Jackals. They've already got nicknames for each other because these two have actually known each other for like 15 years. Little details like that. There's a lot of little nice touches in this. Oh man, if Squadron 42 was this, soul. Yeah, I really like Ethan.
Not a list you want to make.
So this is really nice.
Fallen.
Lest we forget. And there's a lot of names here. Not too many compared to certain real-life monuments, but there's a few.
Welcome to Fleet Week.
I really like the design of their cruisers, by the way. We'll find out later, Ellis. You notice the multiple flags, by the way. I have no idea, Darkrai.
There she is.
I don't know how it'll end, Kamek, but probably.
We've been down here a day, Saul.
I prefer the wild black yonder.
You and me both. Rains mentioned a thing called E3N.
Oh yeah, I should probably take a moment for you to appreciate the city. Most of that's 3D rendered,
He's flying to the
not matte
ceremony with
painting.
us. Make sure you don't call him that.
Never. To his face.
Notice she actually stopped and looked back at me when I paused to look around. Nice touch.
Right this way, Lieutenants.
Service has its perks. We got a plane to catch.
Oh, nice. One thing I like about this, if I could just praise one other thing about this game for a moment. I know, I just talked earlier about cliches that bother people after a while. I would argue that this isn't a cliche, but it is my opinion that one of the things that I'm most tired of when it comes to writing is not understanding this concept of scale. I really hate how many times a writer will write things about trillions of years and billions of planets and quadrillions of galaxies, and here's a ship that's cajillions of miles long, and blah, 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 blah. The biggest ship in this entire game is 900 meters long. Now that's big. But that is the biggest ship. I should rephrase my sentence. That's the biggest ship in the setting. That's gargantuan by their perspective. So it brings things down a little bit more, which I like. And it also, as I mentioned earlier, and several of the viewers have already commented on this, it kind of makes things a little more hard science rather than, you know? It's my opinion. Hang on. Yeah. Somebody... yeah, exactly, Last Talk. 900 meters is big! Now, it's actually telling of our modern society that basically a kilometer-long ship is relatively small in terms of the various fictions that we have, in terms of all of the various science fiction that we've had over the years. I'm trying to think. There's one setting that just does not understand how big can be, and it's a little silly. And I can't think of the name of it. I can picture the ships. It doesn't matter. Point being. Really love the graphics here. Really do.
Propaganda, Salt. We lost 4 men and we're throwing a party.
Our hands are tied. Take a little R&R today, Reyes. That's an order.
You can't give me an order. We're the same rank.
You got me there, Lieutenant.
So here's the helicopter thing I actually mentioned earlier.
Is that a rest?
I like Eve.
What the hell is that?
Sudden frame drops. I have frame drops. I haven't actually had frame drops yet. That's why I'm having frame drops. Let's try this. Hang on, I'm gonna clear everything.
I think we found E3 in.
There we go.
Indeed, sir. Petty Officer First Class, E3.
54 gigs,
Corrales.
Corrales.
Third revision.
That's a mouthful.
You ain't kidding. Call me Ethan, ma'am.
What are your orders?
I'm assigned to Retribution, reporting to Captain Alder.
Program for combat?
Thoroughly, ma'am. Born to kill.
Look like you can kick some serious ass.
Well, now you're just making me blush, sir.
Inside, Ethan? Is old Goku still flying?
Welcome aboard, Admiral.
Well, now that we're all acquainted, let's get up and away.
Here we go. Gotta stand on the edge while the helicopter takes off. They don't quite make it clear here, but Ethan is the first. He is a prototype. First one. Another better example of the multi-flag, multinational aspect of the SATO, our
You
group.
kept the Ethan project well under the radar, Admiral.
Captain Alder knew. First troop-ready model. Quite remarkable. We're revealing him at the ceremony today.
You know I get stage fright, right, sir?
You got feelings, Ethan?
I do, Lieutenant. I do. I carry the brain of a human farmer.
Holy shit, are you serious?
No, ma'am. Not at all.
You got you, Lieutenant.
Did not.
Aegis guns are working overtime today, huh, Admiral? A lot of Allied traffic. Always vigilant, Lieutenant.
You familiar with the air intercept systems, Ethan?
Earth's Iron Shield. Major firepower.
Vengeance, this is Raven 6. We're on final approach.
Copy 6. Vengeance is awaiting your arrival.
Admiral, sir.
What is it, Ethan?
The Aegis guns. They appear to be tracking our fleet. Incoming! I'll take it! Hold on!
Told you we'd be crashing it.
STF destroyers inbound!
All stations, shots fired at the Aegis control tower. Say again, shots fired.
I like the shot of the sailing boat there. It's a nice way to show the contrast with the size. Gives you perspective. I died in this mission a couple times on normal, I'll be honest. They missed Dakoita. That was the point. They missed and it still did that to them.
I'm alright.
Can I have a gun? Like right now, please? I'm not sure, Malaeus. Of course they're shooting civilians. They want to kill all of us. 100%. I know.
ZF is using our Aegis guns to shoot down the fleet.
Yes, I did just shoot him in the dick. Yes, I did on purpose. Ooh! He cooked one on me. Did you see that?
Yeah, I'm on them. I see them right there! Enemy contact! To the west!
Well, the point is they want Earth to go away. They think Earth is wrong. I mentioned zealots earlier. Oh, they're lovely, Deacon. I showed off a couple earlier. I don't know if you saw that, but there's more. There's more than one type of grenade. There's 3 that I know of. I'm working on it. No, they don't, Zawon. Which is awesome. Hang on. Zawon just brought up something. If I can diverge for just a moment. Sorry for breaking the flow. My biggest complaint with Modern Warfare 1 was the fact that it had infinite respawns. It was how they... The developers flat out admitted it was their way of trying to guide you in a direction. They would spawn troops to try and direct you somewhere, right? And so... agency was taken away from the player, because the only way to progress in Modern Warfare 1 is to move forward. And in some cases it got silly, like they would actually despawn enemies behind you without you being able to see it, right? What I liked about Modern Warfare 2 was they got rid of that, with exception of, I think, one mission. There's no infinite respawns. If you kill everything on the map, you kill everything on the map, and you're free to move. And so it gives you more tactical options, because now you could say, well, okay, I'm having trouble advancing through this area. Why don't I reposition, try to take out those guys, reposition, take out those guys. Now I have a clear shot of it. In Modern Warfare 1, you couldn't do that, and I hated that. In addition to that, so this game... does the same thing as Modern Warfare 2, not infinite respawn. So you do have the ability to try and clear your way to a path, or just running your way through a path if you want to. Moving on.
Good call.
Thank you. We'll go ahead and cook it for a second. That should be long enough. Yeah, that was actually a good one. Where are you? God, the shaking. I don't know if there's a fourth. Alright, Mikes. Hope you enjoy it when you get there. That was the wrong button! Yeah, civilians everywhere check fire. That's an issue, trust me. Also, cars can blow up. Cliche. I forget if this is modeled after real Switzerland or not. It looks nice regardless. What is this? This is the Volk, excuse me. Which I'm pretty sure is the AK, generic gun equivalent. Oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez. Come on. There we go. I mentioned that cars can blow up thing because it's very relevant when cars are your only cover. We're fighting against the SDF. People who want to kill everyone who is not them, basically. I mean, it's a little more complicated than that, but yeah, it is a genocide plan. I'm getting a little low on ammo, so... what do we got? What do we got? Another Volk. I don't want a Volk. I don't remember what year it takes place in. I know. There's civilians everywhere.
I don't know, Ethan. Our Raiders guns are still firing on our fleet. Endurance is hit.
Oh crap! Oh crap!
What's our heading? Up the street. Open fire.
Is this an M4 I'm using? Equivalent? I am not that versed on guns, so feel free to school me. That is called flanking. For anybody curious what that actually looks like. Whoops. Sorry, Ethan. Sorry. Oh, wow! All Earthen shall submit to unconditional obedience without exception. SDFI Council. Crap, I'm back here. Damn it! That was actually a good flank, too. I'm rather proud of that. See if we can repeat it. Told you I sucked. He's the one. He's never shy about it. Basically, yeah, Spirit. This is a war of assimilation.
This way, Lieutenant.
Yeah, I'm on an SSD. I play all my games on SSD. I actually have a... Oh, dear God, get cover! Hey, King Bubble.
Group up! Stay close!
Keep moving to the tower!
Take point. Lead us out.
Oh, bad ending, Luxia.
Left, up the stairs. Get off the street. Head indoors.
People in shock.
You hearing that? Something's incoming.
So, you remember seeing the bots earlier, right? These guys suck. So, bots. They have more armor, more health, and when they get low on health, they don't just automatically, you know, die or whatever. They start self-destructing.
We're getting close.
Use grenades on the bots.
Yeah, let's switch to frags for these guys. Yeah, these are actually pretty efficient killing machines. If the droids in Star Wars were like these guys, Clone Wars might have got a little bit differently. Or just involved two groups of droids fighting each other. Love them. Damn it, Ethan. I keep wanting to shoot you. Whoop! Ip. There's an example of a self-destruct thing I just mentioned. I need to switch to a better weapon. Let's get back to Seekers. And I thought I saw... There you are. There we are. That's true. Oh, right. Get out of the street. It's okay, you just die horribly, Fragman. Oh yeah, by the way, damaged troops will keep shooting, just with a little more limited mobility. Hey, Grey Wolf. I would kill for a IFF. This game, it's really hard for me. Maybe this is just my color blindness problems, to actually tell what an enemy is and what isn't. I have shot Ethan so many times and not meant to.
Why are they attacking us, sir? Seth's been trying to take control for years, Ethan.
They knew our whole fleet was here.
There's movement inside.
Reyes, by that door. Up there and behind you.
I see one.
God damn it. And not shooting civilians here, a little harder than it looks. Since there are a few. I think I actually hit one. So, there's another mechanic in this game, which is pretty cool.
Hacking module. Can hijack a Bob's view.
We'll take that.
Okay, I'm in. Now control the box to attack. Quickly, Lieutenant.
You can also trigger your own self-destruct, or just do enough to take... Ah, crap! God damn it. I actually did get a civilian there.
Hacking module.
Let's try that again.
Hijack a Bob's view.
Actually, let's do it differently this time.
Okay, I'm in.
One thing I like is they're not aware that you're an enemy for a few seconds. That actually makes a degree of sense to me. So I like that. Alright, hang on, let's walk over here. Self-destruct.
Good work, Lieutenant.
That's good tech. Keep it, sir.
There's other stuff you can hack, too.
All stations, Marines are pinned down. Gold teams cannot advance.
I keep wanting to hit F5, too. Because I've been playing Dishonored lately for the Rumination. F5 is quick save, if you're not aware.
I need your airship drawing fire at the tower for ground force cover. Clear, sir. Inbound hot.
Let's cut through here. Zeta forces, blue!
Hold your fire! Lieutenant Reyes, get your jackals in the air for fire support.
Roger that, sir. Retribution, this is 1-1.
Go for it, 1-1.
Gator, I need SCAR 3 airborne for interdiction. Call for fire to follow.
Copy, Lieutenant. Time to target 1 mic.
Tomcat to go. Air is inbound for suppression. Once they engage, we're taking this hill. Roger, Tomcat. Go into your place.
A lot of injured and a lot of dead here. Yeah, let's go Seekers for this.
Clip, go weapons free.
I don't know, King Bubba. Let's go with
Request for
those.
fire. Target is marked.
Roger, target acquired. Inbound hot.
So, in case you're wondering what a Jackal is, that's a Jackal. It's basically a gunship. It's got a mounted turret. Nice little thing. Very useful.
3-1.
Yeah, we need to hurry the hell up. I agree, Infernal. I just get the impression that we're losing capital ships, such as they are. Every second that we're down here failing at reclaiming our iron wall. Whoa! I didn't even see what got me. The function of a citizen and a soldier are one. Flags. Ah, here we go. So we've got United States, I can't tell from this angle. Switzerland. England. Spain. I'm guessing that's the made-up one.
3-1 on station. Available for tasking.
Is that sweet? I don't actually remember what that one is.
3-1, target mark.
Oh, no, I see what killed me. I should have remembered that. I know exactly what killed me. This gunship killed me.
Jack, hack it.
Yeah, I forgot about the gunship. Had to get our Michael Bay quota for the week.
Force up. Towers at the top of the hill.
3-1 on station. Available for tasking.
Gold 2-4, I need you on the left flank. 2-6, take the right.
This is 3-1. Waiting for your mark.
What do we got? Nothing? Oh, come on.
Gold team, report.
2-4 in position. Lift up. This is 2-6. We're in position.
Okay, let's
Seriously?
take it.
Oh, they... Let's try that again.
3-1.
There we go.
Request for fire. Target is marked.
Roger. Target acquired. Inbound hot.
Sorry, Infernal. Sorry. The UK.
Good effect on target, 3-1.
Copy. Shaking bandits. Bug it out.
Drones! To the south!
One thing I like about this, your comrades are not completely useless. They're actually getting kills and whatnot over there. So it's not just on you. I mean, you're always the one who has to advance, or else they'll just always... Sorry, Brains. That was my Admiral I just shot. Let's get those
3-1,
ones.
target marked.
Roger. Inbound for gun running. Guns.
Yeah, exactly, Darch. You see why I find these enemies to be disgusting and horrible and deserve to die?
Sir, multiple SDF
Is that everything?
barricaded
That's
inside.
everything, okay.
Roger. Set up a perimeter. Scars are moving interior.
Ethan, patch into Ada security. I want eyes in that room.
Yes, sir. Steaming to your HUDs now.
10 ships remain. The UNSA fleet is finished. Moving to Ada's system destruct now.
They have a lot of health, quota.
We gotta go now. Ethan, go!
Sir, the terminal!
Yes,
Jackpot,
Lava.
all stations. I say again, jackpot.
Relieve the bot. Take the prisoner into custody. Petty officers, get that ATIS back up. We still got enemy ships in our airspace.
Right away, Admiral.
Sato forces are trenched in outside setting up a fob.
Good. Let's get a look at this son of a bitch.
You'll need medical.
I need nothing.
So that's Raya. Remember that name from the first mission?
He's got an employee ID. That's him.
Michael Aaron Page, Mechanical Engineering Department, 2 years.
SDF sleeper cell.
That's not my name. That is the moniker of an earthling fool.
What is your name?
Commander Akil Min Raya of the Settlement Defense Front.
The operation on Europa.
You started a war.
And I will finish that war.
Ada's guns are moments away from acquiring enemy targets, Admiral.
Fast work, Ethan. Well done.
We prolong the inevitable.
Get him out of here.
Ars Eternum.
Stand fast, Marines. Give me 5 minutes with this bastard.
Okay.
So many innocent people, Reyes.
Let's get out there and fight for him.
Roger.
Where it goes, sir?
Let's move.
Scar 1-1. Atis is back under UNSA control. I say again, we have control of Atis.
ZDEF's retreating.
Raider to main, Lieutenant Salter and I need birds.
Aye, sir. 3-2 will escort to your position.
Solid copy.
So this is a Jackal. Are you ready for the thing that really made me grin when I played this last night?
Ethan, you're with Lieutenant Reyes.
Yes, sir. Spark it, Fever.
Hands are not on the controls, by the way.
Let's go get him, son.
All available craft. The Retribution is in pursuit, but we are losing ground. We need to leave atmosphere now.
1-2, copy. Let's go get him. Retribution, this is the Eclipse. Trailing your starboard.
Scars, fold in. We're going upstairs.
Pitching 90 for horizontal thrust. Overhead full.
Go fight.
Someday I hope to see a similar sight to this in my real life. Tilt a little bit. And a bit more.
You got eyes on this, Reyes?
Affirmative.
So, that was alright. This is what impressed me. There's no Star Fox rails here. This is full 3D. I just want to make that clear. The controls are quite intuitive, by the way. Surprisingly so, actually. If they ever do a proper remake of TIE Fighter, I want these controls for it. Whenever you lock on, your gunner, which is Ethan in my case, will also assist you in firing. But the main machine guns, that's me doing that.
All set up, direct fire on that enemy destroyer.
Yeah, by the way, we have cannons. No is the one. That is absolutely not what I mean. But thank you for assuming the worst. There we go.
Return to the Retribution. RTB.
Copy. 3-4 returning to base.
Got a visual on Retribution.
3-6 is RTB.
It's okay, we do have some of the fleet left. 1, 2, 3, 4. What do we got? 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8 ships left. Oh, no, I don't fearsome at all.
I'm getting some abnormal readings. Same. Checking static pressure.
That's the 900-meter ship I mentioned.
Concentrate all fire on that super carrier. Rod, Ethan, you fly, I'll shoot.
Aye, sir.
Raider, all targets.
Switch controls.
This is Admiral Salem Koch of the Olympus model. You are defeated. Death is no disgrace.
Note the sincerity with which he says that. Because I'm playing the English version of the game, so on. Working on it. Trying to take out the turrets.
Retribution, retreat! Retreat!
Retribution is moving to intercept course for tactical collision.
No, 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 no! We're already losing ships. You don't need to. They're not involved, so is my answer to you.
All stations, retribution's in
Any more than everyone speaking English in Star Trek.
Supercarrier.
Tigers is engaging. All stars, danger close. All stations, be advised. Enemy has withdrawn. AO is clear.
Olympus battered our fleet, Reyes.
Let's get back to base. Just get to Red. Guide us in.
Copy. Retribution, Scar 1
Two ships
requesting
left.
permission to land.
Copy. You're clear to land. Runway 2, Lima.
Roger 2 Lima coming in now.
Hold for lock. Stand by.
Yep, slow down, slow down. There we go. Yes, I am actually aiming here. I tried not, and it didn't work out that well. It doesn't take over until... there. Okay. Hands off.
Good locks. We'll take it from here.
Charlie Delta, copy.
That's an interesting question, Spirit, because a lot of the characters argue about whether the collision was the right choice or not.
1-1 to Retribution. What the hell happened, Gator?
Multiple casualties from the crash maneuver, sir. I need a stretcher over here. Lieutenant Reyes, we need you up here right away. Bridge out.
Copy in the assault.
Yeah.
I've been controlling the ship, Corwin, except for the turret section. When I gave him control of it, Ethan. I do like how the hangar bay isn't working properly, because it shouldn't be. We collided with a carrier.
Ryan 1-2, lines are snagged. Alright, you should have air now, Lieutenants.
Debatable, Spirit.
We got you, sir.
Oh, absolutely,
Good to see you,
Corwin.
Lieutenant Reyes. Liz, help him out. Get that jack to his service bay pronto.
Yes, ma'am. Got an overdose of trouble here, sir.
Petty Officer First Class Ethan, this is Gibson, Red's air boss.
Welcome to the Retribution. Or what's left of it.
What was Alder thinking?
Strategic maneuvers are above my pay grade, Lieutenant.
Alert the bridge. Tell him we're coming up to see Captain Alder.
The bridge has been locked down since the attack.
Ethan, you're with Gibson. Do as she says.
Roger that.
Let's count, boss. How many made it back?
Scar 2s are in the net. After that, you're it.
Son of a bitch.
I want to pause for a moment, because Spirit and I have kind of discussed something back and forth here. It is heavily debatable if ramming the Olympus Mons was the right decision. And honestly, I don't know the tech of this setting or this setting well enough to really 100% decide that. And even then, I fully acknowledge that I would be, you know, armchair commandering that. In the moment, they basically had only two options. The captain of the ship had only two options. Keep doing what was doing. You'll notice the other ships were getting blown away by the Olympus Mons because it actually has this ion cannon of death. Or ram it. Because jumping wasn't an option. Because they were one of the only ships actually left. The pros of ramming it are obvious. Trying to do enough damage to the Olympus Mons to force it to retreat or to actually destroy it. The detriment to that is that's not their last ship. But this is our last ship, so that's the cons of that. It's potentially losing your last vessel in order to destroy one of their vessels. Of course, there are some fairly significant cons to not doing that. It is actually more than likely that the Retribution would have actually been destroyed if it hadn't rammed the Olympus Mons, and they might not have been able to drive away the Olympus Mons if it hadn't rammed it. It was a very desperate, heat-of-the-moment decision, which can or cannot be armchair generaled. I'm not saying I disagree with his action in the moment. I'm really not. In the moment, that's probably the exact same thing I would have done. And a lot of the people in this game will actually discuss that back and forth over the next several minutes as to whether or not that was the right thing to do. Regardless, it was an extremely dangerous, extremely risky maneuver, which nearly caused the destruction of Earth.
Look at this.
Oh yeah,
We
sorry.
need FaceTime with the captain.
Yeah. We don't sacrifice our crew when we're overrun.
Let's get to the bridge.
be pushed now. Men are lost with the morphine. Shit. They got us, man.
Lot of damage here.
Captain protects his men, Salt. He should have pulled back.
By the way, the main character adamantly disagrees with the captain. But like I said, several people argue it back and forth.
Bridge entry's blocked. We need to clear it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, man.
I'll help you, Lieutenant.
Staff Sergeant Omar?
No easy call, your captain, mate.
It cost us some good men. Didn't have to happen. Not like that.
All due respect, Lieutenant. The captain did his duty. He drove the enemy into retreat.
Captain's duty is to get his men home alive, Staff Sergeant.
Not always, Lieutenant. Not always.
What Lurker said, if I can interrupt one real quick, is one other actual significant thing. That's that survival versus living mentality coming into it again, isn't it? I just wanted to mention that because that's a very good point.
Make way for the captain. Where is he, Boats?
Where's Captain Alder?
Right here, sir.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of dead people.
Captain's dead.
Went down with his ship.
XO?
No longer with us, ma'am.
All this happened in the crash?
Yes, sir.
So who has the con, Gator?
Hey, Gamble.
As the highest ranking officer on board, I believe you do, sir.
Destroyer Tigris is docking a shuttle to come aboard.
Roger that. You spinning radar?
Still turning, sir.
Get Raven transport set for evac. I want our casualties outbound right away. Drop officer, coordinate with engineer, and get us mobile.
I like Omar, by the way.
McCullum's on her way.
Staff Sergeant, can we count on your help?
You'll have what you need from me, Lieutenant.
Salt, you with me?
Always.
Gator, get the Admiral on the line.
Copy. Comms officer, Stratcom, Top Cat Sovereign.
Roger.
Tigris captain on deck.
Captain Farron? Lieutenant, who's in charge here?
Lieutenant Reyes, SCAR team leader.
Captain, your ship and crew?
Intact.
Sir, Admiral Rains is on the line.
Put him through.
Captain Farron, ladies, gentlemen, it's good to see you.
Sir.
Let me make our situation absolutely clear. We are now at war with the Settlement Defense Front. Due to Captain Alder's use of force, the enemy was driven into retreat. At this time, Tigris and Retribution are the only operable ships we have. Our course of action moving forward is to buy Earth time while we rebuild our fleet.
Understood, Admiral. Tigris is prepared for tasking.
Today's attack was not limited to Geneva. SetDef launched a concurrent strike on the Moon Gateway port, and those cargo terminals received freight critical to rebuilding our fleet. So your mission is to retake that port. Lieutenant Reyes, I'm promoting you to the rank of commander. You are now the acting captain of Retribution.
Roger that, Admiral.
Keep the enemy away from home. Godspeed, captains. Top Cat out.
You've got no air wing.
Go without it. That's how we do things in the infantry, Lieutenant.
We'll insert the Marines from Retribution.
I'll provide overwatch from Tigris. Let's go to work, Captain Reyes. Stay sharp out there, all of you.
You too, Captain.
You got some shoes to fill now, Captain.
We've got limited boots and guns. Lieutenant Salter and I will deploy with you.
This is a ground assault. Captain's place is on the bridge.
Not this, Captain. Not today.
Marines take point. You ride in with us. See how the view changes.
Muster on the well deck at 5, Staff Sergeant.
Copy.
Get us going, Gator. Lunar Gateway.
Aye, sir. Plotting a course.
We'll notify when ready, Captain.
Commander Reyes.
Captain Alder's operations office is now yours. Be advised his effects are still in place.
Thanks, Bones.
To make this clear, we are Navy, not Marine. We have ground combat experience because ask a Navyman. Most Navymen do have that in real life.
For the indomitable Captain John Alder.
The captain is dead.
Long live the captain.
Hey, Nick.
Yeah.
You can do this. You're the best we've got.
High praise coming from you, Nora.
You earned it, Raider.
Debatable, Last Exile. But in this, they're distinct. There's two branches in this one. The Marines, the Gropos, in other words, the Grunts, and the Navy. We are playing a Navyman. I also like that, by the way. You're the best we've got. That's true. By process of elimination. I like the view. People repairing damage to the outside and what used to be a fleet. There's a bunch of stuff you can look around at, different books. I particularly like this one, actually. Well, let's go and check the computer. Let's check our email here. Okay, so let's check our personnel files. Now back to captain. I do like how, by the way, one nice touch. This is a very, very small note that I like. We are promoted to commander, and yet people call us captain. It's a very minor touch, but I like that. For those of you not aware, the leader of a ship is a captain in certain Navy traditions, regardless of their actual rank. So they call them captain, even though we are actually commanders. Little thing there. So that's Nora Salter there, member of SCAR Team 1, Lieutenant Reyes' longtime wingman, best pilot in the Sado fleet. Her years of experience flying with the SCARs have honed her into a skilled and mature soldier. As XO of the Retribution, following Reyes' promotion, she supports the captain, freeing him to concentrate on tactical planning and execution. That's Omar. Commander of the Marine contingent aboard the Retribution, hardened by years of combat. Staff Sergeant Omar is proud of his men's ability to serve in any environment and win the fight, not just with boots and guns. Omar's father was a settler on Titan before the SDF took it, giving Omar's fight with the SDF a little personal tinge of revenge. Babylon 5 is the one. So, Enhanced Tactical Humanoid 3rd Revision. That's Ethan. Newest addition to the Retribution's crew. The perfect soldier, he's not only stronger, faster, more durable, he's also programmed with a personality construct designed to integrate him quickly into any unit. We'll see that in a minute. Mac, we haven't actually met her that much yet, but she's the Retribution's chief engineer, lieutenant commander. After years of working her way up through the ranks, she rose to lieutenant of commander with a ship of her own, only to discover the burden of sending men to their deaths was more than she could handle. She resigned and re-enlisted as a tech. As an engineering officer, she was ineligible to take command after Alder's death, leaving that task to the highest-ranking line officer. Because we are a line officer, not... good question, Cubic. So this is Victor Gator Diallo. He served as navigator aboard the UNSA carrier Retribution. By the way, we're on a carrier. Under Captain Alder for over a decade. As a navigator, his primary responsibility is to be aware of the ship position at all times. Additional responsibilities include planning the journey and advising the captain of estimated accuracy to destinations and drop transit. That reminds me, we do have guns on this ship, but that is something that's relevant to my earlier maybe ramming was the right choice thing, because we're a carrier that didn't have it in its fighters, so there wasn't a lot that the ship could have done other than ram, so that kind of adds to the whole was that the right choice equation. Farron, Commander Farron of the other ship, she's a time-tested commander helming the UNSA destroyer Tigris. She's actually got a destroyer, an actual capital ship, whereas we're, you know what I mean. In the Sado fleet, a close friend of Commander Alder, former captain of the UNSA Retribution, Farron has fought side by side with other seasoned commanders throughout the SDF conflict. I don't think we've really talked with her yet. Air Boss Gibson, she was the one who helped us out of the broken fighter earlier. Responsible for maintaining and facilitating hangar-related operations. Highly respected and competent, she is a multitasker who runs a tight ship and pushes her crew to perform at peak proficiency. That's Griff, who we're about to meet. Raised in a Tennessee family with a history of career military service, Griff is a soldier born and bred. After losing an arm during a skirmish with the front, he decided to retire from the front lines and take up support in the armory of the Retribution. Sean Brooks. Brooks has been Staff Sergeant Omar's second-in-command for years. Quiet and serious of a leader, he can be relied on to execute his superior's directives flawlessly. The first of his family to join the Marines, Brooks does his best to represent his home country of the Republic of Ireland with honor and distinction. Todd Kashima, known to the Marines aboard the Retribution as something of a class clown. Effusive and outspoken, Kashima often ends up the brunt of Marines' jokes. Still, he is well respected, particularly for his survivalist skills. Born and raised in the Canadian North. There's actually a lot of these. I'm not going to go down every single one, except for 2 more I want to go down. Admiral Salen Koch is one of the most ruthless, brilliant, self-assured, and capable naval tyrants to ever command a modern warship. As a boy, Koch was fostered in the post-secession war Mars. His only knowledge of the third planet from the sun was from carefully controlled narrative propagated by the Settlement Defense Front. Probably the former, Kemek. As they mentioned earlier, the entire fleet was brought home for Fleet Week. Which, I mean, you know, duh. Commander Akil Min Raya was chosen by the Settlement Defense Force Front High Command to lead the key espionage action behind the UNSA lines that would prepare the way for the SETDEV invasion of Geneva. After being smuggled to Earth by the SDF spy network, Raya assumed an altered identity and took a job as a civilian tech, assigned to computer maintenance at the ATIS control tower. On May 7th, that would be today, he killed the guards defending the control room, took control of the Earth's Iron Shield, using it to destroy the UNSA and SATO fleets during Geneva's Fleet Week. Politicians, Cubic. I agree. Fleet Week is actually a pretty dumb idea. That being said, I do have to say, if it wasn't for them taking the Iron Shield, we would have won. There's no way they could have taken us out on that one. A couple of things here about previous missions. So I'm just gonna let these play. These are audio logs.
Bureau of Firearms paid us a surprise visit. I didn't hear about this. Our enterprising Russian brethren did a little import-export deal with their Canadian friends. Exhibition hockey game / military surplus sale. Illegal. Highly. Navy brought in the Bureau, fleet-wide inspection, big crackdown. They turned this place over? They were here less than 5 minutes. They took a cursory glance at the inventory, adjusted their triggers to a 5-pound pull. They gave me a hat. Nice. Firearms, alcohol, tobacco. Was a time a man could buy whiskey, cigarettes, and a .45 all in the same aisle of the same store. The good old days. One of the many signs I was born too late. Wild West your speed? Wild East, 9th century China Tang Dynasty. Invention of gunpowder. That's where I was born. You know your history. No report in 6th grade. Miss Trill Scott, meaner than a wet panther, but she had other attributes. I couldn't wait to get to class. What'd you get on the report? C-. Purposely used pencil. Immediate grounds for detention and an extra hour with Miss Trill Scott. Mission accomplished. I like school. 6 hours a day of regimented, repetitive instruction. Sounds familiar. Lockstep marching, dressing alike, and following the rule. A little structure and group mentality can soothe the soul, Lieutenant. Soldiers aren't sheep, Chief. Not at all. But every machine's got cogs, springs, pins, coils, innocuous by themselves, but put them in their proper place and you got something powerful and precise. That ain't sheep. Miss Trill Scott taught you well, Griff. I'm an over my pay grade when it comes to the finer points of war, Lieutenant, but I'll be damned if we can't find some solace in the simple beauty of a sidearm and a sixth grade teacher.
I have to admit, I like that perspective. All the different parts of a whole making something greater, as opposed to the individual not mattering, which is usually how that's presented.
Okay, you ready to face the music?
Always. Born ready, flyboy.
So, Admiral Rains, a man of great wisdom, has ordered us...
Are you brown-nosing right now? You're totally brown-nosing.
This is the Navy. I believe the proper term is blue-nosing. May I continue?
Please.
Thank you. As part of the Admiral's progressive command decree, our evaluation process includes an interview to be filed by a squad mate of lateral rank in this case. That's yours truly.
Be advised, I will be recording my interview with you as well, so watch your ass. Try to coordinate, Lieutenant.
Noted. Let's talk a little bit about your disciplinary record.
Let's not.
It's on the list, Saul.
Go ahead.
You had some issues with Major Kenny.
Major Kenny was a major blowhard, and he was full of shit. And his wife was a stuck-up broom rider.
Oh, man. I'm gonna have to edit this.
Whatever.
Well, to keep things copacetic, just tell the snake shit story.
You are gonna have to edit this.
I know.
So, I overhear this guy in a bar talking about having the record for flying low. Says he can fly under snake shit. So I chime in.
Of course you do.
And I tell him that you can only tie the record for flying low.
Right, because eventually you're just landing or crashing.
Bingo. So I see the guy the next morning on the way out to the transport, and I say, "Good morning, snake shit." And he says, "That's major snake shit, Lieutenant Salter."
And that was Major Kenny.
One and the same. Never got back on track after that.
You buzzed his house in San Anselmo while his wife was hosting the officers' wives club formal in the backyards.
I was doing a little low flying myself. Apparently made quite a mess.
You were grounded.
Several times. But when the Major retired, he signed the petition for my Distinguished Flying Cross, so, hey, guess he got over it.
Why should you be re-upped?
I have everything it takes in spades. I understand risk. I multitask like a mother really well. And I take myself and the equipment to the peak of proficiency. Plus, I can beat anybody like a drum. Shit goes down, you want me up.
That's for damn sure. Can't argue with that.
Better not.
All right, I think my work here is through.
Get ready, Reyes. You're next. I'm not nice like you.
Roger that, Fever.
So I gotta ask. For me, I just keep hearing Matt Horner. Because he's doing, Brian Broom's doing his military voice. But how many of you are just hearing Varric, or Varric if you prefer, in the voice acting?
Do my eyes deceive me, or is there a big-time Jack pilot on my bridge?
Figured I'd come and see how the other half lives.
So, what do I owe the pleasure?
Just checking in, Gator.
Bullshit. You're doing recon for 8 highly trained aviators who wouldn't be caught dead poking around up here.
I'm on a mission.
Mm-hmm. I knew it. Let me guess. Operation Why the Hell Was the Admiral on board? Am I right?
Actually didn't know the Admiral was here. We saw Captain Alder and half a Stratcom skip a 2-martini breakfast to do a walkthrough. Oh, something's up.
Why you?
Coin toss.
Don't buy that either. That's your squadron. Look up to me.
Yeah, if they're sitting and upstanding, maybe. So what can't you tell me that I can't repeat?
Got these images from Captain Alder this morning. Spotted by defense spectroscope, deep field scan. It's gigantic.
Holy shit.
About 300 meters on us lengthwise, maybe 50 wide. Big enemy ship. Tough to find a parking spot, that's for sure.
I'm getting antsy. If the good Lord wanted the Navy on terra firma, he'd have made the sky brown. Pilots make bad pedestrians.
No one's ever collided with the sky. Granted, retribution handles like a brick in the bay, but I got the old girl dialed in.
You think they'll cancel the Fleet Week festivities?
Over a grading fixture? Fat chance. Didn't cancel Evolution over the Loch Ness Monster. Lots of confetti and tons of pride tied up in this thing.
Show must go on. I'd feel better if we were on patrol.
I agree with you, but I'll deny it on the road.
I'll rat you out.
Yeah, well, just remember, I control the well deck from up here. Those plasmapheric winds get awful tough if you're in inverted, locked out.
I can always sick Salter on you.
The nuclear option with the ponytail.
Thanks for the intel, Gator.
Come and see us more often.
That sounds horrible, Cubic. Why would you want that? If the war economy existed in this setting, that would really suck. Yeah, there was a little desync on the subtitles there towards the end. I'm not sure what was up with that. Hang on, someone asked a question, and I've already forgotten it. Scroll up, scroll up, scroll up. Where was it? Ah, I have no idea, Chemic. I haven't touched the multiplayer. Okay. There's the the captain. The very dead captain. Yeah, anyways. This is another little nice touch here.
Seal the bridge. Commander, drop prep is complete. Course is plotted.
I love the overall setup for this area, by the way. Note that we're leaving immediately. I've actually heard one person say that that's stupid. I disagree completely. They literally have no time to take military action. They need to go now. Makes sense, right? So, I mean, yeah.
Ready.
Sir, your key now has activation clearance for the fast travel drop ignition.
Check. Switch is set.
I have Tigris Captain Farron for the commander.
Patch it.
Captain, Tigris will drop in outside the area of operation. Once Red joins, we'll hold position until your Marines are ready. Good flight. Out.
On you, Captain.
Go for drop.
Vision alarms up.
Away in 3, 2, 1.
Immediately a fire breaks out.
Fire. Bridge sector 3.
Status?
Location accuracy is 0.97. Pod integrity below normal.
Can we make it, Gator?
I'll get us in.
Steady as she goes.
Exiting the slip.
I like the hyper jump from inside the ship. A lot, personally.
Get that fire out!
Yes, ma'am. Got it, Lieutenant.
Commander, Tigris is set for first air source. Notify when your Marines are staged for incept.
Tigris is standing by. Let's bug out. You got the con, Gator.
Aye, sir.
Lieutenant, Captain, I'll see you to the armory.
Probably sure you. And see you.
Staff Sergeant Omar's squad is on the well.
Yes, Cubic.
Why is
It's a
Sergeant
premier
Omar
run.
taking lead on this?
It's a joint operation, Saul. He's the senior Marine on board.
He disrespected you.
Don't let him under your skin.
Warrant Officer Griff is expecting you both in the armory, Captain.
So, time to go meet Griff.
Griff?
Lieutenant, cleaned up around here best I could, considering we'd be getting a visit from the...
We'll meet Ethan in a second.
Nothing's changed, Griff.
Speaking of changes, let's choose your lowdown, sir.
So, this is kind of cool, but also kind of eyebrow-raising. The con officer is the one.
That a Volt, Griff?
Energy weapon. Just got it scanned from the surface. Couldn't wait to print this bad boy out. So what's up?
Reinforcing the lunar gateway.
So yes, we get to pick loadout.
You're going to want an energy weapon then. Makes quick work of those set def bots.
If I was actually scoring this game...
Attachments in
Oh,
stock
sorry.
too. Anything catch your eye?
If I was scoring this game, I'd give it a plus for this.
Round you out is equipment.
Because...
Frag grenades,
Don't
Old
shut up.
Faithful. But we got the cool new shit. Seeker bots and hack tools.
I think he's done. Because, first of all, you get to choose your loadout, which is nice just by itself. But also, there's a recommended, because, you know, this is what you probably should have if you're going in to win. And then there's, well, I don't want to go in with what I want to win. I want to go in with what I want. Or I'm doing a challenge run. Or I'm doing a speed run. So the ability to swap out weapons for, you know, whatever is kind of nice. Excuse me. So, yeah, we are going to go ahead and use the Volk. Because it's an energy weapon. And I'm thinking I'm going to use that thing. I rather like that thing. I got that as an option, too. I'm not sure if I want to do that or not. I haven't unlocked most of the rest yet. You can, as you can see, you can do a few things here. So if you noticed, you probably didn't because we were zipping through, you know, very quickly in the mission. But every now and again you'd see a gun that would say Reflex or Scout. these actually change specific things regarding the stats of the weapon. Like, for example, the Reflex gives you the dot sight, which increases its range and whatnot slightly. The Trojan gets you outline, which I'm actually going to be using for this one. We'll use the hack, and since we're probably going up against bots, what do you think? Should we get the anti-grav grenade or the frag grenade? Also, the shock grenade is another type of grenade that exists, which we don't have access to yet. I really like the Seeker bot, so we'll go with that. You can also set up your Jackals, your support fighters. This is all just cosmetic here, but you can change their primary gun, their secondary gun, and their upgrade. In this case, I actually want them to have more health. So. I doubt it. I must be. Great, must be.
Not on your life.
Give hell, sir. We're behind you.
Let's go get him.
Now I gotta ask something real quick, because I've seen a lot of people nitpicking this game. Do you think it's a bad game, or are you just nitpicking? Because I already said earlier, there's a fairly large amount of cliches on display. I actually prefaced with a giant speech about that. So, you know, I'm curious what your mentality is. The one thing that really bothers me so far is the fact that they have some kind of 3D printing tag.
Standard operating.
Outgunned, not outmatched, Lieutenant.
When did we become the underdogs?
About an hour ago.
I like that line. Ethan!
Commander. Not how we aim for promotion, Ethan. No, sir.
You're the right man for the job, Chris. May Alder rest in peace. Hangar shaping up? Affirmative. Top men on it.
Ethan, I want you on this one with us. Roger that, sir.
Corporal Brooks will check you out.
Captain Reyes, Lieutenant, need boost rigs on this one.
Thanks for looking out, Corporal.
Be cool, Salt.
Like ice, Captain.
Hey, Gnarlix.
What are these packs for, man?
The power your jumps and your wall runs. Keep you control in 0G.
Don't you know all this, Ethan?
I do, Captain. I find the Lieutenant's voice soothing.
All aboard, sir. Lieutenant.
Oh, right. Oh.
It's in, sir. Plus our officers. And this guy.
What's your assignment, Drone? Captain's orders, Staff Sergeant. And it's bot, not drone, but deserving attempted humor, sir.
Don't call me sir, I work for a living. Check your bot, Captain, before I throw him out the airlock. See what those things can do.
That won't be necessary, Staff Sergeant. Ethan, park it.
Aye, sir.
Rovers are in capacity.
Not a problem, Private. He doesn't need a seat. Step up, Ethan. Hang on tight.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's load up. Shift it, robot. Eyes up on your huts. Be briefed or be sorry.
Yes, Sergeant.
Earth's lunar gateway port is currently under siege. To defend it, the Retribution will insert 2 teams. Alphas and Bravos, 1s and 2s. Our primary objective, retake that port. Hoorah! Hoorah! Masks up!
Tigris Actual, how copy?
Solid, you set?
Affirmative.
Taking heavy fire, sir. We need to insert now.
Open the well deck!
Heads up, we're hot!
Good to go, Gator. Cut the cords.
Alpha 2's down!
Bravo's in.
Alpha 1 is in!
Gator, get out of here. Moving to holding pattern. Terminal is due north, Staff Sergeant.
I don't need coordinates from you, Ethan.
Contact!
Right side!
I got him. Take him down.
Ethan, you good? Yeah, sir. Effective driving, Sergeant. Stay out of my way, Ethan. Let's get in gear. Take this terminal. Push that back up the arsehole it came from. Section's cordoned off. Emergency airlock's open. That's our access point. Let's stack in. Here comes gravity. Masks up.